Is this the second time that I'm recording this because I did not record sound the first time? Yup. So I've practiced, so we know the answers. So we're gonna do it again. You're gonna see it. Hi, my name is Heather. Welcome to my channel. I discuss perfume. Today, this is a surprise little Wednesday video because we are doing a perfume tag. So I've decided that like Wednesdays, if there's anything like super timely that I want to put out, like fragrance tags or that kind of thing, you'll get a bonus Wednesday episode. Okay, anyways, this is the 4-question tag. This is by Rose Ayala, Perfume Addict. So Rose, thank you for creating this little perfume tag. So this is 4 questions, and it'll be sort of like a get to know me for fragrance. Question number 1 is, what are your favorite types of fragrances? So the fragrances I love are I have a tendency towards like really fruity fragrances. I also have a tendency towards very gourmand. I do like hyper realistic gourmand is really great. Also just like pseudo gourmand. I also have sort of like more recently discovered that a lot of the fragrances I deemed as fruity, as like watermelon-y and cucumber-y, whatever, is more like aquatic. So I do really like aquatic fragrances too. I do have a tendency towards those, particularly in the summer. And I've sort of lately been getting more into like delving very slightly into green, and very slightly. They have to be a very particular kind of green. And also, I'm starting to dive a little bit more into spicy fragrances as well. Like, I've started discovering that there are certain spicy fragrances that I really enjoy. All the fragrances I tend to like gravitate towards and like are really like super like vibrant. I don't know if you can tell, very vibrant. Besides the roots, oh my god, the hair is bad. Anyways, but I have a tendency towards really like vibrant things, and that also is reflected like in my fragrances. They tend to be very like vibrant and like big and bold. I don't really have a tendency towards like softer skin like. That's not really my vibe. So that's sort of where my fragrances tend to be. The second question is fragrance regrets of 2024. I don't specifically have a regret from 2024, I don't think. Well, okay, there are 2 things. All right. The one that is a general regret from like when I first started collecting fragrances is you will see advice that is very much like the bigger bottles are more worth your money because like it's like cost per milliliter and blah blah blah, that it ends up being a better value. And that is technically true, but I think that's better for like people who don't buy a lot of fragrances. If you buy a lot of fragrances, you don't need 100 mLs of anything. Like, so I have a tendency now to go to more towards like 30 ml if possible, or 50 ml, like the smaller bottles, because I don't need that much. Like, I already have too much. I don't need more. So like, I sort of regret a little bit buying bigger bottles initially because I don't need them. I sort of have like a second regret a little bit of like, there's like a fragrance conference in New York that like I kind of wish I went to and I didn't. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. I mean, like, I don't think I'm going to be going this year either, so I kind of regret not going last year. But oh well, what can you do? So my fragrance goals for this year, for 2025, are to ignore gendered marketing. First of all, gender is a construct. Second of all, smells don't have genders. They don't. They are genderless. They are just smells. We have stereotyped certain things for marketing purposes to be more masculine or more feminine. And you'll hear that a lot. You'll see a lot of videos being like, smell sweet and girly, or smell like Superman, like, and you'll see a lot of descriptions of people being like, oh, this smells too masculine to me, or oh, this smells too feminine to me. You'll see a lot of very gendered things when you start getting into fragrance videos, and I am trying to move away from gendered language in regards to fragrance because it does not have gender. I will repeat, does not have gender. You can wear whatever you want. I'm trying to ignore the marketing in terms of like, I am a cisgender woman. I'm trying to like look at things that are not marketed for me specifically. So like, in my case, that will be masculine male fragrances. So I'm trying to ignore all that and like look at everything and sort of see what I'm missing out on just because it's not being marketed towards me. I also just want to say, alternatively, if you do want to pay attention to the gender of fragrances, that's totally cool. Also, that could be playing with smells in that way, and the gendering and the genderiness of them that people assign them can be very gender affirming. So like that is also a cool thing. But for me personally, I'm trying to disregard all of that and just sort of smell all of the things and see what I like. So if you have any suggestions for like masculine quote unquote scents that I should be trying based on what you've seen of my collections and whatnot, let me know. That's a thing I'm exploring more this year. What is on my wish list is 3 things. The first thing that is on my wish list is I would like to upgrade this travel of Pacific Rock Moss to a full bottle, because I've tried a bunch of these like aquatic-y scents, and this is the one that I've landed on that I really, really enjoy. So I would like to, I'll finish this summer, and then maybe in the fall or winter of this coming year, I will buy a full bottle. That is one thing that is on my wish list. A second thing that is kind of on my wish list, a little bit. First of all, it's very, very expensive. It is extremely expensive now. When we're filming this, we don't know about the whole Canadian-American tariffs thing. Could get very, 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 very expensive, so it might not ever happen. So I did buy like a 5 ml of it to play with it a little bit more than the like 1 ml I had or something. So we'll see if this stays on the wish list based on just the astronomical price. This is Counterplay by Mind Games. This is very, very, very fruity and bright, and like all of those things I described about what I'm attracted to. So that's really, really good. We will see. We will certainly see if I end up buying this or not. For now, it is on the wish list. Third thing that is on my list, and I think this will actually be a little bit of a spoiler for my February testing video, so spoilers. This is Zarco Perfumes Pink Molecule. I tested this very recently. It came with an order of something else, and I really, really like it quite a bit. The dry down, like the opening is like a little bit much when I smell it off the cap, but like it's like apricots and champagne, and the price is pretty good from what I've been Googling, because it's kind of an older fragrance. So yeah, this might be the next thing that I pick up. So that's my wish list. It's very small, because if I look at the number, purely at numbers, because I sort of track now what I've been tested, like what I've tested and whatnot versus like what I buy and everything else. I really only buy 10% of what I actually smell, which is why I'm a big advocate for testing and sampling and all of the things. You can smell a huge variety of things. You'll realize a lot of them might not be for you. So that's why my wish list is kind of small comparatively. Like I don't have a huge one. Now the list of things I want to sample and decant and smell, much, much longer. Just because like that seems interesting. I don't know what that smells like. I would love to smell that. So that list is longer, but that's not really my wish list. These are the things that I've smelled that I am considering buying more of. We'll see. So the wish list is actually pretty small, which is probably a good thing for my wallet. That is the 4 questions. That is my second time around answering these questions. Thank you very much, Rose Ayala, for doing this fragrance tag. I also should say that I saw From Abbey with Love do this. I've probably seen a few others, but I can't remember. That's the one I can remember. So shout out to her too. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Here's with my surprise bonus Wednesday episode of the 4 question tag. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you around.